Last up, did you know one of the most haunted hotels in the world is right here in downtown Seattle?
Can't believe it. To celebrate spooky season, Hotel Sorrento is hosting a witch's tea taking place every Saturday of this month, including tomorrow. Joining us to continue the conversation is the co-owner of the hotel, Barbara Malone. Barbara, how are you this morning?
I'm very well. How are you?
Good. Are you getting spooked yet?
Well, it's a spooky morning here at the hotel with the rain. Bodes well for our conversation.
Exactly. Yeah. Good timing on everybody's part, Mother Nature's part, too. So before we get into the event that we were just talking about, we have to talk about the history of this hotel. Let's first dive into when it was built. And can you tell us the story of Alice B. Toklas, is it?
Oh, Alice. We love Alice. Well, the hotel itself was opened in 1909. It was built by a clothing merchant named Samuel Rosenberg. And when it opened, it coincided with what I believe is considered the first major cultural event in the city, the Alaska-Yukon Pacific Exposition. I think it was a time of great promise in our city, and people came from far and wide to discover not only Seattle, but the great Pacific Northwest. Our dear neighbor was Alice B. Toklas. She moved here with her family in the early part of the 1900s from San Francisco. However, the hotel was not built at the time that she moved here, but she had such a great affinity for this city. She studied music at the University of Washington. And over the years, and of course, she moved to Paris in her later years, but over the years, on numerous occasions, we've had instances where guests and staff alike have seen a woman strolling in front of the building in vintage, dark vintage garb with a parasol. And we feel that that's Alice. She's infused our business building. She loves this neighborhood. She loved Seattle, and it was among the happiest times of her life. So we feel that she's still here with us. And the piano does play on the 7th floor, so that might be Alice.
Oh. Can you expand on that? The paranormal activity guests say that they've experienced at the hotel. What's some of the story behind, I don't know, the piano playing on the 7th floor and what have you heard?
I would say the 4th floor and the 7th floor are the levels that I've had, we'll call it heightened paranormal activity. So over the years, we've had stories from many guests where it could be something simple. An unplugged alarm clock goes off in the middle of the night. Television is turned on. Someone might be speaking in your ear. And generally, these things occur at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, typically on the 4th floor, maybe even in Suite 408. One of my favorites is the person who awakes and sees someone sitting on the edge of their bed. When they turn, their partner or spouse is still sleeping next to them.
Oh, my gosh.
So these are mischievous little occurrences that over the years have happened. But on the 7th floor in our penthouse room, there is a piano. And I've actually heard the piano play for, again, mischievous purposes, nothing malicious, and always a little bit fun.
2 follow-up questions. What else have you seen that might be out of the ordinary? And what is it with room 408?
Well, 408 actually has, I think in the day, had a commanding view of the sound and the city. So I think that was a beloved suite, 115 years old. A lot of people have come through the building, so a lot of stories. And I think that that's one of our favorite rooms, one of the guests' favorite rooms. We do have 2 other reasonably unexplained circumstances. Again, on the 4th floor, at a time when there were not many guests in the hotel, a member of staff noticed that all the light bulbs were out in the hallway lights. And the engineer thought maybe the fuse had blown on the 4th floor. And when he went to the floor, he went around to find that every light bulb had been unscrewed and taken out of the fixture. There were no guests. There was no staff. The security camera didn't show anything. So that's a little bit unexplainable. And then I believe you have a picture of this one. This was about 9 years ago, and we're undergoing a refresh in the hotel and just poured a new driveway, concrete, and our valet parkers were in front of the hotel, and it was a very wet morning, I would say similar to this morning, and before their eyes, these very dry footprints appeared in the driveway. I'm not kidding. These footprints appeared in the driveway, and they immediately took a picture. So no explanation, but mischievous is the word we love to use.
Interesting. Room 408, fourth floor. I will be probably staying away, but I know a lot of people are super into
Love
this.
it,
You're going to
yeah.
have a ton of visitors as you do year round. Tell us about the WitchTea Event taking place every Saturday this month, and what can people expect? That sounds fun.
Oh, it's great. You know, the fall and winter months are a really beautiful time here at the hotel. It's cozy, it's warm, the fireside room has a fire. And the Witch's Tea, actually, they're starting today. So it's every weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And it's a traditional tea, but Chef Paolo has put a little Italian twist on the savory sand witches. And we do encourage costumes. And we just love to have a community of friends come in and enjoy of all ages. So it is every weekend for the month of October. And if you go to our website, hotelsorrento.com, on our happenings page, you can book. They're selling out quickly, so you can book your tea there.
Oh my God, that sounds like fun.
And it's every weekend,
it's
not just
really
on
fun.
Saturdays.
Every weekend,
Okay.
not just on Saturdays.
Every weekend, yeah.
So I know that you've owned the hotel for quite some time. What is your favorite part about the hotel? Is that some of that spookiness that you sometimes see?
Well, I like to say we're a spirited hotel, so I kind of like that. It gives a nice energy and a kind of a playfulness, and it infuses all that we do here. We're not traditional. We're certainly vintage. We have a wonderful, warm, cozy feel. I love being in the fireside room in the winter. I love having drinks, a little tomato soup, and a grilled cheese sandwich. But I do love the feeling. The staff is very warm and welcoming. We have a great team, and our guests do love to be here. Again, it's not these paranormal activities don't happen every week or every month. It's over 115-year history that stories have happened. So people just enjoy being here and being welcomed graciously and with a lot taken good care of.
All right, Barbara. Well, you had me at tomato soup, so maybe I will pay a visit.
Okay, come and see us.
Okay.
Would love to, yes.
Thank you so much.
Happy Halloween, too.
Yeah, happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.